Hey everybody, what is going on? Thank you so much for purchasing this tutorial series. We have a lot to cover in these videos, but before we begin, I want to give a special thanks and a shout out to the concept artist Maeve Broadbent for allowing me to use one of her concepts for this tutorial. Maeve is obviously incredibly talented, so if you aren't already following her, make sure to go to her ArtStation page and Twitter and give her some love there. The concept I chose to work from is part of a series that she did for an ArtStation challenge called Objects of the Arcane Perfumist. I chose this because I thought it had a lot of fun and whimsical elements to it, and it's overall just a great looking concept, and it has a lot of great callouts with it as well. So Maeve, thank you so much again, and without further ado, let's get started. So as with any start to a project, what I like to do is I like to take a concept and start to break it down a bit. And I think a good place to start doing that is to look at the concept or the image that you're trying to replicate and figure out what everything is made out of. I think once you can find what the materials are made out of, it makes things pretty easy on you in the long run. Now, fortunately, Maeve has already done most of the work for us since she's already gone through and basically labeled what everything is made out of. As you can see, we have reddish purple leather trim. These little things are made of bronze. We have opal, wood, plant matter. Now that's one of the reasons I chose this concept, but you can see what I did anyway is I wanted to go ahead and do some research on my own to figure out, what this thing's made out of, and just to get an idea, because I know a lot of the times concept artists, they will tend to go find real world reference when they're trying to concept stuff. And so I think it's always a good idea to sort of get inside a concept artist's head and see kind of what they were thinking. And I had a lot of fun kind of Googling some alchemist kits. And what I found was, things that were pretty similar to what the concept is. I did certain callouts, as you can see up here for the books. I just wanted to get a sense of what those could actually look like. And what that does for me is it just kind of helps me when I'm in 3D to visualize some more fine detail, because she does have some markings in here on these books, and I'll probably try to replicate those as much as I can, but it's just good to kind of find a grounding in reality for the objects that you're trying to create. As you can see here, she actually put a hinge call out what the hinges look like, but what I ended up doing, for me as a 3D artist, I want to make sure, I see hinges every day, right? If you have a door, you can see hinges, but it's one of those things where it's like, yeah, I've seen a hinge, but like, let's take a closer look at it and see how they actually function, right? Because, part of our job as 3D artists is to figure out like, well, if this thing's going to animate, let's make sure that we can build pieces that animate correctly, right? So like, I don't know if this is going to be animated or not, but it's good because then you can figure out if you know how hinges can work and you know how they're made, it makes it easy on you to figure out how things function. Now, the other thing that I did is I went through and found, since she made the call out that this was leather up here, I searched for some leather chests, and I found that these are actually pretty close in the same sort of material call outs that are in the concept. And so you can see here that everything here is, there's some leather coating on top of this. I can only assume that what's underneath the leather is wood. So I actually got pretty lucky, I think, when I found this, and that worked out pretty well for me. And I wanted to take some liberties. I noticed that in the concept that these straps are kind of broken off, and I made a note to myself that maybe we could put some actual ends on here. I'm still not 100% sold on whether or not I'm going to do that, but I do have some, there's some buckles right here for what this chest looks like when it's open. So it's an idea that I could do. Like if this were in a production setting, I would go to the concept artist and I would ask, in this case, Maeve, I'd ask her, what her idea behind leaving the straps like this was. And if she had some intention behind that, I want to hear that, right? And then I'll be like, okay, cool. I can, go ahead and make this as the concept. Or if she said, hey, go for it, like go ahead and make some straps if you want to. That's something that you always want to check with the concept artist. But in this case, we'll see when we get there if I'm going to go ahead and add in those straps or not. So moving right along, something else that I did is I noticed that there's all of these bottles here, and I just made some more notes to myself and added in like, oh, maybe it would be a cool idea if there was like some hints of like spilling. Maybe like some of the wood is stained from the perfumist, maybe like trying to put the bottles back in here. Maybe one of them leaked. So that's something that I think would be cool to add a little bit of character to this. But overall, I am going to try to stick as closely to the concept as possible, just so that way in the end we can see just how close I can get to it. Something else that I made notes of also was, planning out everything and seeing like, well, there's a lot of different foliage and, different plants and whatnot about planning out how to actually make this in 3D. This is something I do a lot. So it's just like, yeah, I'll just use a trim sheet for the plants. I think it's a good way to save time. If you spend maybe 15 minutes, 30 minutes, even an hour, honestly, like that's not bad either, to go through and just sort of dissect the concept and just see like what you're going to be making and figure out how you can approach this in a really manageable way. I think that's always just a really good thing you want to do. Even doing something here like the opal bits that she put in here. Now for me, I'm sure I've seen opal in my life. I could not recall it, but even just Googling a picture of opal and seeing what these little opal stones are, just to see like what Maeve was thinking when she was doing this. So now I have a good idea. I can match this really closely, or I can also use the real life opal for inspiration to get a really cool look for what is going on in here. There's lots of different call outs for all of this stuff, which that is kind of rare. That's not something that I've seen a lot of in my professional work. Sometimes concepts can be extremely vague, and it's up to the 3D artist to, interpret that as they will. But for the sake of this tutorial, I thought it'd be a good idea just to, for the sake of ease, just go through and being able to follow a concept from start to finish. I think that that's going to be really helpful to a lot of you who are maybe new to this and want to get inside a 3D artist's head, to make a lot of this stuff happen. And lastly, I just want to note that I did go ahead and, even though there is all of these, call outs of bronze, leather, opal, I just wanted to make a list, just a very finite list of all the different various materials. And you'll notice that I've said that, quite a bit, but that is something that's really important because as a stylized prop, there's probably going to be a lot of sculpting, and it's really important for you to understand how to sculpt different materials. And if you kind of have an idea of the different types of materials that are in a prop or in a concept, then you could even go and maybe sculpt some metal parts before you start the concept to get an idea of how you want to actually sculpt the metal, or sculpting the wood and any other kind of materials that you see in the concept. So this is what I like to do when I'm doing a prop. If it's pretty complicated, if there's a lot of moving parts in here, I just like to go through and do some research, try to get inside the concept artist's head and, figure out the best way to try and dissect a concept to figure out how to best create it in 3D. So with that said, I will see you all in the next video.